This is a video to walk you through how to complete your first article of the week. Most of you guys will be able to stop this video and immediately get started, but for those of you that need a little bit of help, feel free to watch this video as you are completing this week's article of the week. It's going to look a little different on the teacher view instead of the student view, but when you navigate to ELA, you'll either see AoW, which is just short for article of the week, in the upcoming over here on the side, or you can find it in that particular weekly folder. So your first article of the week that you'll be reading is called How Gross is Your Bathroom? It is a PDF, so you will need to open this attachment in Adobe. Okay, you can read it. You can read it right here in Schoology. You'll notice it's a 2-page article, and then there are 8 questions. But this is going to require you to underline or highlight in specific colors. Obviously, it's always an option for you to print this out and use markers or something and then submit a picture. I mean, that's obviously always an option, but opening this in Adobe allows you to highlight directly on that. Do not use markup, okay? Do not use markup. So open this document, import to Acrobat, that's the Adobe PDF reader, all right? And the first thing you obviously need to do is read your article. So I've obviously read this article already, the 2-page article. And moving on to the activities that go along with it, it says, find each piece of text evidence in the article and highlight or underline it with the color specified. For items 1 through 4, you'll be citing textual evidence to support what the text says explicitly. Explicitly means that the answer is literally going to be right there in the text. You're going to be able to find exactly the answer that the question's asking. So for number 1, it says find the sentence that explains what a germ is and highlight it in blue. When you click the blue circle at the bottom right with the pencil and you click comment, this toolbar pops up, and the very first thing is a highlighter. You can change the colors here. I don't actually know how to find pink and orange and stuff like that. You guys are probably a lot more savvy than I am, so I'm just going to kind of be creative. So number 1 says find the sentence that explains what a germ is and highlight it in blue. Okay, so what a germ is. And I remember reading that in this very first page, second paragraph down. Second sentence says, the term germ refers to any microscopic particle that can cause humans to be ill. So that answers number 1. Number 2 says, find the sentence that gives an example of a good bacteria and highlight it in green. Second paragraph again, a little ways down, says, well, starting here, some are even beneficial. Beneficial is another word for good. Some are beneficial to the human body. For example, Bifidobacterium longum, sorry, Mr. Blackman and Miss Queen if I'm butchering that science term, live in human intestines and actually prohibit colonization by pathogenic or harmful bacteria. So it's saying prohibit means doesn't allow harmful bacteria. So that is an example of bacteria that are good. Number 3, find the sentence that explains why so many bacteria live in your bathroom. This one was kind of tricky. I had to reread quite a few times to find the actual sentence that explains why. There's lots of sentences that explain the bacteria that live in your bathroom, but that's not what the question's asking. It's asking, why do so many bacteria live in your bathroom? So after rereading a couple times, I actually found the answer. Because there are so many types of bacteria that live and thrive in feces, and for those of you that don't know what feces is, it's a fancy word for poop. So because so much bacteria is in poop, the bathroom is an obvious place that it can end up, that bacteria can end up. So that actually answered the why there's so much bacteria in the bathroom. Number 4 says find the sentence that tells how many bacteria per square inch and highlight it in gray. Bacteria that's on a light switch, So I did find out here that if you click black, you can kind of change the pigment. So I can kind of make it a little bit of a gray. So I'm looking for how many bacteria per square inch on the light switch. And when I reread and I skimmed through, I found where it says the light switch contains a surprising 250 bacteria per square inch. Okay. For items 5 through 8, you'll be citing one piece or multiple pieces of textual evidence to support inferences drawn from the text. Inferences means it's not explicit. So it's kind of a mix between what it actually says in the text and your own opinion. You can't just highlight something all willy-nilly. It needs to actually answer the question. There's just not going to be one specific sentence that answers it. It might be up for interpretation. So number 5 says find one piece of evidence in the article that shows the reader, you, why you should care about this article. I guess, kind of making, I don't know, this isn't very orange, but we'll give it a try. So I'm looking for something about why I should care about this article. So I kind of liked this sentence that says, believe it or not, it's not necessary to become a full-on hypochondriac. That means somebody who freaks out about every little illness. It's important to know that every nefarious virus or bacteria that you come into contact won't make you sick. I feel like that's important to me as the reader because this article is not trying to scare you. It's just trying to make you aware of where the bacteria lies and how to be helpful. Okay. I also felt like take your vitamins or just make sure you scrub the bathroom. I felt like this last few sentences was kind of a why I should care about this article. Number 6 says, find 2 pieces of evidence that show you how important your immune system is to your body and highlight them in pink. Again, I don't know. You guys probably have a better way of doing pink. I'm not very good at this, but all right. So there was something I noticed in here about your body's immune system is constantly working to fend off those predators, so only a tiny fraction of germs that you encounter lead to any symptoms at all. It talks about your immune system, okay? But let me go back. It said 2 pieces of evidence that show you how important your immune system is. I feel like back here we also are told once pathogenic bacteria enters your body, it can cause illnesses. So that kind of tells you how it gets there, right? Your nose, mouth, any tiny pores. So that gives you a little more how your immune system is important to your body. Number 7, find 3 pieces of evidence that prove that germs in your bathroom can actually make you sick. So we're trying to find where it says it will actually make you sick. Okay. Let's see, kind of skimming back through, I think it was more back here where it talks about viruses. The viruses attach itself to one of your cells. An example of a bathroom invading virus is norovirus. Antibiotics are not effective in treating this virus. Let's see, that was a couple of things let's reread the question. Prove that germs in your bathroom can actually make you sick. I feel like there's a couple other places I remember reading. All right, maybe this one, that's over 16 times the bacteria on the toilet seat. So turn off the faucet with a paper towel. Doesn't really talk about how it makes you sick, but Number 8, find one piece of evidence that tells you why you should be careful washing your hands and highlight it in red. Why you should be careful washing your hands. Yeah, I feel like we kind of talked about it over here, right? The faucet or tap contains bacteria. So, why you should be careful, meaning there's a lot of bacteria on the actual faucet itself. 16 times, in fact. Oh, look, I made orange. Oh, I guess to make orange you could do yellow and then red on top of it. Cool. 16 times. Highlight it in red. Okay, so now that you have actually done your assignment with this article of the week, you're going to have to submit it. A lot of you guys know how to submit as a PDF, but I know some students were having trouble submitting and their teacher actually being able to see their specific highlights. So if you click the top 3 in the right hand corner, the 3 little dots, and click save a copy, you're saving this copy with all those highlights. So you can click to on this iPad, you can save it to your Google Docs. There's a couple different ways you can choose. I think saving to the iPad is the easiest, and then it's going to look a little different on my end because I'm the teacher version. But if you go back to Schoology to that actual assignment and hit submissions, in the upper right hand corner you should see a plus sign. Obviously I'm in the teacher view, and you can submit your assignment from there. Okay, if you have any questions on how to submit, I know that your peers are really tech savvy, and Miss Tedder, Mr. Bledsoe, Miss Melton can also help you through figuring out how to submit, but that should help you with your first article of the week. If you follow these step-by-step instructions, you will no doubt get an A. So happy learning, good luck.